Hey, what's going on, guys? Um, I'm back here with a game I just got done playing. Uh, so I'm black, um, and it looks like this person started off with a d4, pawn d4. So I played knight f6, as you can see, but the machine wants me to play pawn d5. And so it looks like I'm still in a solid position playing knight f6. And then white's gonna play c4 next, and the machine wants it to play c4. And then it wants me to play d5, so let's see if that happens. So c4 is there, and then I played d5. Okay, so I did what the computer wanted me to do. So, and now it looks like the computer wants it wants white to take d5, and so white plays knight c3. And the computer doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't not like that move, but it definitely thinks taking on d5 would be better. So yeah, knight c3, e6. So it wants knight f3. So knight f3, bishop e4. Oh, okay. So it wanted bishop. Wait, hold up. Now it's changing its mind. So now it wants, it's a split between h6 and bishop e4. So, okay, I end up playing bishop e4. And now it wants white to play e3. So, and white plays knight or bishop g5. So let's go back and look. So bishop g5 is so it wants queen b3 and then me to play c5. But he plays bishop g4, and now it wants me to take c4 with my d5 pawn, and so instead I take knight c3 right there, and then he takes b takes, and then I go h6. So what I was thinking here is I just wanted to kick the knight or the bishop away and see if he would take that pin away. But I think he just ended up moving it back to h4. So yeah, he moved it back to h4, and I castled. So after I castled, he takes d5, I take, then he plays e3, then I go, okay, so the computer wants me to go knight g4. Or, wait. No, I'm sorry. They want me to go knight f5, and I went knight g4. So, to get that pin, I was trying to get that pin on the queen, and I did it. But yeah, and then so he blocks the pin, so the queen is no longer pinned. And then I go knight c6. So with this, I was just trying to develop my knight. Knight c6. Okay, and then he castled, and then I go. Okay, and this is where I screwed up big time. So see, I move knight e4, and knight e4 is pinned. And the computer, if you look down in the analysis, the computer actually wants me to move knight e4, but in a few moves, on move 12. And before that, they want me to move pawn g5, blocking that pin, and attacking the knight, or the bishop. So I move knight e4, and I think I definitely should have lost this game. Right there, he should have seen that, and he should have taken my queen right there. But he missed it, and he moved queen c3, protecting the pawn that I am attacking with the knight move, the knight on e4. And yeah, like I said, he should have just taken my queen. So, and then I see that I move queen d7, and just to get out of harm's way in case he saw the bishop attack. And so he moves bishop e5, pinning my other knight on c6 to my queen. So then I moved bishop f3, taking the knight on f3. And he takes my knight as well on c6 with his bishop. I take his bishop. He takes my pawn, or he takes the knight on f3. Then I go queen g6, which is what the computer suggested, putting him in check. And so he blocks, as the computer suggests. So at this point, the computer says that white is down by about 4 points, just in position. Because you can see the material is pretty even, but as black, I have a pretty strong attack. on the king side, and white doesn't really have much of an attack at all. So the computer suggests that I attack, or that I trade bishop for knight on g3, and that's what I do. And so then, yeah, so the computer suggests that white take on g6 with the queen, and that's what happens. And so then the computer actually suggested for me to move knight in e2, putting him in check. But I just decided to take the queen on g6 with my pawn, just because I didn't like that attack. And that's just me. As a player, you kind of have to know if you're a risky player or a safe player, and I just chose to take the queen. But looking back at it, I think that knight e2 would have been smart, just to put him in check and make him move his king before I took his queen. So let's see. So yeah, I take the queen. He takes my knight. So I move a rook to e8, just putting more pressure on that file and on his pawns. Then he moves e1, rook e1 to fight for that pawn. So I move bishop e6, or pawn b6, in preparation to move pawn c5. And he moves pawn a4. I go pawn c5, e4, take e4, he takes, and yeah, so he takes, I take his rook, he takes with his king. If he would have taken with a rook, then I just would have been able to snag his pawn in e4 with my rook. So that was smart, he took with his king. And so then I took d4, he takes, I move my rook over to c8, he moves d5, and at this point in the game I definitely should have started inching my king over to stop the pawns coming down, but instead I move my rook, forking the two pawns. He moves his rook, or he moves his pawn. I take a4. He moves d6, trying to get that queen. And his two pawns in the middle of the board are super powerful. That's why the computer says he's up by 2.5, 3 points right now. So I finally go rook d4. Should have done that a while ago. He goes e6. I move king f8. He puts me in check. I move e8, king e8. If I moved anywhere else, he would have gotten a queen, because the rook is protecting the pawn on e7. So at this point, the computer says that I'm losing big time. I'm down by 4 points just in position. So he moves d7, I take d7 with my rook. He moves rook b1, I take his pawn. He moves king f2, I move king d8, king f3, and then after this move, white resigned, because I obviously have three more pawns on him, and a powerful rook that's basically trapping his king to the right side of the board. And my plan of attack was, if he didn't resign, to just move my king over and just march one or both of the pawns down with my king. But he saw that and he resigned. So yeah, that's the game I just played. And yeah, thanks for watching.